Wait, just a minute. Tonka?
Man, I suck at charades. Hold on, let me call a friend. Yeah, it's like a truck of... Oh wait, is it a Tonka truck?
Tonka.
Yeah, like a Tonka, like a toy truck.
Well, the Tonka.
Yeah, like a Tonka, like
Tonka. Buffalo.
Oh, a buffalo. Man, I was way off. Yeah, man, it was a buffalo. Sure, man, that's all you had to say. And that's how easy it is to avoid saying the N-word in your favorite movies and music. Come on, guys. It's not that hard. Dang it. Guys, we made it to South Dakota. Woo! Alright, so today we're going to be traveling through the Black Hills in South Dakota. And the Black Hills get their name because they're so black. We're terribly sorry for the inconvenience, but due to the possibly racially charged joke, we have decided to cut it, and the writers for the segment have been sacked. We have instead hired some unpaid college interns. Wait, this is a travel channel? I literally cannot afford food right now. We are sorry again. The college students have been sacked and given sandwiches. We have now hired the writers from Monty Python. Alright, so... we're gonna talk about the Black Hills. Alright, I guess if there are no interruptions.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition!
Again, sorry. The writers have again been sacked, and we have hired some teenagers who are really popular on the internet right now. The Black Hills, they do... No, this is stupid. This is stupid. I quit. I quit. After much consideration, the teenagers have been sacked, and the original writers have been hired back. At severely reduced pay. They're so black that the Native Americans from a distance would only see dark outlines or shapes, and it was just these black shapes across the landscape, and so they called them Pahu Supa, or butchered pronunciation, or actually the Black Hills. Come on, let's go check it out. And we're actually going to be having a monumental day because we're going to be visiting Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse. And yes, nailed that pun. Yes. So Mount Rushmore is really cool because, whoa, I think I just felt a disturbance in the force. Like there was a major ash hole here recently. And by that I mean, due to the divisive political nature of this next segment, it has been cut. However, the writers and their new union contract are unable to be sacked. So we gave them a stern talking to. Yeah. A major ash hole. Now, I don't really want to talk about rock faces and carvings and engineering, and that's all cool and all, but today I want to talk about something natural, and that is caves. What are caves? How are they made? Why are they so cool? And what's great is I've actually visited the 3 other types of caves before in these episodes, and you probably didn't even realize it. On the Oregon coast, we visited sea caves where there were sea lions that like to come up in there, and those are created when the sea waves just continuously crash at the base of those cliffs. And we've also visited the glacially made caves, which were the coulees in the central Washington desert. And most recently, we visited the lava-made caves, that's right, in craters of the moon. Lava tubes are another type of cave. But the 4th and main type of caves that are created are what are called solution caves. So, I'll explain what those are. So what are solution caves and how are they made? Well, for this, I'm going to bust out my whiteboard. That's right, because I literally cannot afford animations. Now, solution caves are made from 3 main water drainage effects. And the first is that the water will drain through these natural sinkholes or areas where the water wants to naturally flow down into the ground. The second is from the tree roots, and it wants to filter down through the earth and down into the water table. And the third is from a period in time when the water table was higher from a water runoff and flowed laterally down through the earth. Now, the second effect is that the water that is seeping down through the sinkholes and through the tree roots is super saturated with carbon dioxide. And that comes from the atmosphere and from the tree roots. So when it gets down through the earth, it becomes a chemical called sodium bicarbonate, or carbonic acid. And that eats away at weaker materials like limestone, which creates these large underground caverns of water for the water table or aquifers. Now, the third and final effect is that the water table drops. And that means that the water runoff in the area that is lateral to that gets to a lower level or sinks because it eats away at the canyon or because there's less water coming through that area. So it leaves a void space and hence a cave. Now, we're not quite done. There's a 4th and bonus effect that gives caves their natural wonder. And this is when that water table drops out, that doesn't mean that the drainage stops from the root systems and from the natural sinkholes. So where does that water go and what does it do with that carbonic acid? Well, that's the interesting part about the solution, is that now that there's this empty space and it's not able to go into a liquid supply, the carbonic acid breaks down and the CO2 vents out. So that leaves just really minerally water called calcite. Now that calcite, as it filters down into the caves, will come down in little droplets and either hang to the ceiling or drop to the floor. And it's got so many minerals in it that it layers it in silt over and over and over and over and over and over again. And actually, over 175 years it takes to grow 1 inch. Okay, that's from the ceiling or from the ground. And that is how you grow stalagmites or stalactites. And if you know the difference between the two without having to Google it, you get a gold star for today. Now, a stalagmite grows up from the ground, while a stalactite grows down from the ceiling. And when they finally connect, they create what's called a column, which sounds a lot like what your brain tells you to do when you're thinking about your ex and you've been drinking a lot. Oof, not a good decision. All right, and that about wraps up caves. Hopefully you appreciate their natural beauty and wonder a little bit more. But also, that wraps up the episode. Thanks for joining me through my journey through the Black Hills in South Dakota. And remember, like others, share an awesome adventure and subscribe to A Better Way of Life. Now, I'm going to go see if I can find some buffalo. See you guys on the next one.